Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you this afternoon, but this is gonna be a premiere video, probably like 3:30 or 4. This video is premiering, probably like 3:30 in the afternoon on September 28th. And yes, this is for the final Marathon Studio album review, which technically this is not an album. This is like an acoustic album, I guess you could say, for Demon Hunter's Songs of Death and Resurrection. I do have the CD as well with it, and it's pretty nice inside. So yeah, um, the cover and all that's pretty nice. So it's pretty artistic too. So very creative of an album cover, or a compilation album is what I'm gonna call it, because it's technically an acoustic album. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for all 12 songs for these resurrected songs for all the previous songs from the previous albums, and let you know my thoughts on this Songs of Death and Resurrection. Uh, I guess it's known as a studio album, but technically it should be an acoustic album or something. So let's dive right into this re-review for Songs of Death and Resurrection by Demon Hunter. Now it starts with My Throat is an Open Grave, and already off the bat it's sounding pretty nice. The string work in the track with the violin work and other things like that sound pretty good. Instrumentally, it's pretty solid, and Ryan Clark singing in it is pretty phenomenal and sounds pretty beautiful for sure. In my personal opinion, that's how I'm viewing it, and it sounds really nice of a track. So, 5 out of 5 for My Throat is an Open Grave. Pretty good start for sure. Dead Flowers, the resurrected version, is pretty nice too. Really like this newer version for it. I know this CD came out last year, in March last year, so it's about a year and a half old. But still, um, Dead Flowers is a pretty nice track. String wise, violin work, and all that stuff sounds pretty nice. So, really enjoying this track. So, 5 out of 5. It's very mellow, so if you're not used to mellow tracks like this might not be the acoustic translation album for you, because that's what they're calling it, acoustic translations. So from previous songs from previous albums. So The Heart of a Graveyard is a pretty nice song for sure. The resurrected version, I like the original too. It sounded really good as well. Um, all the originals for each song on here, except for Praise the Void, because that's a newer track, and the newer version sounds pretty good too. So yeah, I don't want to spoil it too much with the Exile track for the new version of Praise the Void, but it does sound pretty good. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. So I might have hinted away what I listened to with Exile a bit, but that was only for one song. I'm just not reviewing the whole album till its official release date. So Heart of a Graveyard's getting a 5 out of 5. It's pretty nice of a resurrected track, and I really like it. Praise the Void is pretty mellow for this resurrected version. This song is going to be on Exile, the new album that comes out. Unfortunately, we got to wait till October 28th, which I'm actually going to have a certain video about Demon Hunter Exile pretty soon. I don't know how soon. I gotta wait till this Hurricane Ian goes away and all that. So I don't think I'll be getting to it anytime soon, but I will let you know when I decide to premiere it. So definitely tune into that. Praise the Void's a really nice track, so 5 out of 5. Really like how it's sounding with Ryan Clark singing in it and all that. Blood in the Tears, the string version, meaning the violin work and everything like that. Instrumentally sounds pretty amazing, and just the way it's executing sounds pretty good. So 5 out of 5. Loneliness is a solid track. I like the original better, but still, not a bad song, just good in its own way. It's just got some very mellow points during this track. So I don't know if I'm connecting with it too much, but I think it's solid. So 4.5 out of 5. I Am a Stone is another track that I really enjoyed. Sounds pretty nice with how uh, Ryan Clark is singing it, and the execution to this track is pretty spot on good. So it's pretty mellow track. Pretty much all these tracks are very mellow, and that's what you're going to be getting from this album, this resurrected album for Songs of Death and Resurrection. So 5 out of 5 for I Am a Stone. I Will Fail You's pretty nice. It's just very mellow for sure. And the acoustic guitar work sounds pretty nice in this track. So does other instrumentation in this track. Sounds pretty amazing. So 5 out of 5. Deteriorate is probably a great resurrected song, in my personal opinion. But it sounds really nice. So 5 out of 5. For this one, I like the careless feet leaving trails, never minding the fragile dirt. We all end here. I love that lyric. It's so soothing to listen through this song, and the lyrics are so well written for sure off this Demon Hunter acoustic album. So 5 out of 5 for Deteriorate. Carry Me Down is a pretty nice one. I like the original version too when I listened through the whole discography this past month, and it was pretty nice. So yeah, this one was pretty nice too. So 5 out of 5 for this one. It's very mellow. It's got nice acoustic work, and string work is pretty nice in it, meaning the violin work and everything else like that. So yeah, 5 out of 5. The Tide Began to Rise is a pretty nice track. Really enjoying what I'm listening to for this song, and I love how it goes really soft with Ryan Clark's singing vocals. The "This is all the love my spirit can give. There is not a reason more to live" lyric. It's so haunting of a lyric and pretty dark too, but it sounds really nice with how Ryan Clark is singing the track. So 5 out of 5. My Heartstrings Come Undone is the final resurrected song on this Songs of Death and Resurrection album, this acoustic album, and it sounds pretty nice to close out this Songs of Death and Resurrection album. So 5 out of 5. Overall, production, mixing, and execution, I think Demon Hunter's Songs of Death and Resurrection for this re-review. I know I reviewed it back in 2021, but I did it on my phone, I think, before I did it on this laptop. I think this was a pretty interesting album. It was pretty awesome. In my personal opinion, I liked it, but it's not for everyone, of course, because it may be some people's weakest release from Demon Hunter, but it's a nice acoustic translation album, I guess. Technically, this should be known as a compilation, but they made it a studio album, and I'm like, okay, there's no reason for you to do that, but okay. So, first score for me, I'm giving Demon Hunter's Songs of Death and Resurrection for this re-review a 9.5 out of 10. I remember giving it a 10 out of 10, but it's worthy enough for a 9.5 out of 10 because it's really awesome. It's just really nice and soothing to listen to these tracks and be like, man, this is a pretty emotional album to listen to kind of shit. So, with that being said, comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of this final Marathon Studio album review for this re-review of Songs of Death and Resurrection by Demon Hunter if you've listened to this acoustic album. And if you enjoyed this resurrected acoustic album for this re-review for Songs of Death and Resurrection by Demon Hunter, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Sorry, my throat got scratchy again. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can. Support the channel. My throat's getting scratchy for some odd reason. I do not know why. So please forgive me on coughing for that brief moment. I'm going to be returning to you for another recorded video but it's gonna premiere sometime tomorrow, so definitely tune into that. I think it's gonna be for a new album review, if I'm not mistaken, but I'll see what I can do. But until then, I hope you enjoyed this final Marathon studio album review for Demon Hunter's Songs of Death and Resurrection. It's technically an acoustic album for Demon Hunter, but it's a pretty nice album for what it's going for. So, yep. Hope you enjoyed this Demon Hunter final Marathon studio album review. I guess it's known as a studio album. They call it the 11th studio album, so Exile is going to be the 12th now. So stay safe, take care. I will have a special video for Demon Hunter Exile album details and all that, and when it should come out. Prediction video coming out soon as I can and all that. And as always, I will see you in my next review.